In one of my everything I've crocheted this week, I showed you these 4 food themed keychains, an M&M, a chocolate s'more cookie, a chocolate chip cookie, and an Oreo cookie. So I'm going to do a 3-part series showing you how to crochet these. The reason it's 3-part series and not 4 is because these are exactly the same, just in different colors. So today we are going to start with the chocolate chip cookie, and then I will explain at the end of the video how to do the chocolate marshmallow cookie. Here are the materials you are going to need for today's pattern. You're going to need a brown worsted weight, a tan worsted weight, and a white worsted weight yarn, as well as a 4mm crochet hook. The white is for the chocolate marshmallow cookie. So if you are doing the regular chocolate chip cookie, you will not need a white. And vice versa, if you are doing the chocolate marshmallow one, you will not need tan. You'll just need brown and white. So we're going to start with our tan for our chocolate chip cookie. You're going to make a magic circle. And then you are going to chain 1 and make 6 single crochet into your magic circle. Pull your tail tight and slip stitch to your first stitch and chain 1. Now, this next round is very simple. You're just going to put 2 single crochet in each of the single crochets you have, which means at the end of this round, your stitch count should be 12. And I just have to say how minimal amount of yarn these projects use. So if you're looking for a great way to use up some of those tiny little scraps of yarn, these projects use barely any yarn and they do not take that long at all. I've just checked to make sure I have 12 stitches, and I'm going to slip stitch to my first stitch. And then you're going to cut your yarn and fasten off. I like to leave about 3-inch to 4-inch tail just so it's easier to weave it in at the end. So just fasten off. And now you're going to make another one exactly like this, but when you finish your second round, do not cut your yarn and fasten off. There's something very important you have to do with the other piece that you didn't have to do with this one. So just make the piece exactly like we just made this one, and I'll see you after I finish there. So I finished the other half, and I did not cut my yarn and fasten off. You're going to turn your other piece so you can see the wrong side, and put the wrong sides together. Then you're going to insert your hook back into that loop, chain 1, and you're going to go into the single crochet on this side and a single crochet on the other side and make a single crochet. So you're going to do this all the way around, and we are seaming it together. So we are putting the 2 halves of our cookie together, and when you get to like the last couple stitches, if you feel like your cookie needs to be fuller, you can take some scrap yarns, which is probably what I'm gonna do, or some filling, and just push it in there. Also, I'm making sure all my tails are tucked on the inside to help give it some fluffiness. You can now cut your yarn and fasten off, and I'm going to weave in my ends before moving forward. Alright, so now that that end is weaved in, I'm going to take some of my brown and add some chocolate chips. You can do this however way you'd like. I am not good at sewing details onto my projects, so this is not a tutorial about how to add the chocolate chips. If you want to add details to your projects, you should go watch a video on YouTube, because I just got good at this and I'm not even sure I'm doing it the right way. I just know it looks like a chocolate chip, so I'm just going in and making sure the yarn's on top and adding little details. So that is it. And now you just have to add your keychain. I got these off of Amazon in a pack of 100. For the chocolate marshmallow one, all you would have to do is use the brown and replacement for your tan. And for the brown, for the regular ones, you just replace it with white. Today we're gonna do the M&M, and the materials you're gonna need for today's pattern are a white worsted weight yarn, whatever color you want for the background. For this one, I did an orange, and then for this one, I'm gonna do a red. And you also need one of these keychains. I bought this off of Amazon in a pack of 100. You're also gonna need a 4mm crochet hook, a yarn needle or darting needle, and a pair of scissors. These are my tiny pair because unfortunately I could not find my big pair of scissors. So we're gonna start with our red, and you're gonna make a magic circle. Insert your hook and chain 1. Then you're gonna begin by making 6 single crochets into your magic circle. After you have 6 single crochets, pull your tail tight and slip stitch to your first stitch and chain 1. Now the next round is very simple. All you have to do is put 2 single crochets into each single crochet, making your stitch count 12. Then you're gonna slip stitch to your first stitch and leave a nice long tail because we're gonna sew it to the other one when we finish, and cut your tail. And then you're just going to make another circle exactly like this one, so 6 single crochets and then double each stitch, giving you 12. And then on that one you can just cut your yarn and leave a normal tail and fasten off. So I have my 2 shapes here, and what we're gonna do is very simple. You're gonna take your one with the long tail and you're just gonna put the yarn on your needle. Then we're going to connect the wrong sides together, and I'm just going to go through the back loop of each single crochet and sew it together. Going back and forth, so the back loops and back loops on each side, pull it together. And you're going to go like this all the way around, but you are going to leave a little spot so you can stuff it before you finish off. So you're just gonna cut some white and add your M. I just try to you could, I guess, use a marker and mark out where you want to put your M, which I have done that before, but then sometimes it leaves like if I don't cover it all the way, you can see it when the product is finished, and I don't like leaving it. So I'm just gonna try to do my M as best as I can, and then I will see you when I finish up. So real quick, if you're not good at embroidery, just like me, you could take the same color marker as your yarn and write out what you want to embroider. Just a small tip for you so you can try to get it as accurately as possible. And now all that's left to do is add your keychain. Today, for our last part of this series, we're gonna do an Oreo keychain. I have already done the chocolate chip and the M&M, so if you wanna go check those out, go over to my channel, or I will put a card above and a link down in the description below if you want to check those out. But the materials you're going to need for this pattern: a black and a white worsted weight yarn, a 4mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and a yarn needle, and of course the keychain. I got these off of Amazon in a pack of 100. So if you don't have any of these, go over to Amazon. They're really inexpensive. We're going to start with our black, and you're going to begin with a magic circle. Then you are going to chain 1 and make 6 single crochets into your magic circle. Pull your tail tight and slip stitch to your first stitch. If you have trouble working with black yarn, make sure you have a good light or lamp so you can really see your stitches, because with black yarn it is extremely hard to see your stitches. So now you're going to chain 1 and put 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. Slip stitch to your first stitch. Now you're going to cut your yarn and fasten off, but make sure you leave a pretty good long tail so you can sew your Oreo all together when you're finished. And now you're going to make another piece exactly like this one, so 6 single crochets, then just double each stitch all the way around. I'll see you when I finish there. I finished both of my cookie pieces. Now we just need to crochet the cream for the inside. So you're going to pull out your white and make a magic circle. Then for the cream, all you have to do is make 8 half double crochets into this magic circle. Pull your tail tight and slip stitch to your first stitch, cut your yarn and fasten off. Now to assemble your cookie, you're going to make sure the wrong side is facing up. Put your cream in, then have your other cookie piece on top with the wrong side facing down. So that just sew it together like that, weave in all your ends, and I'll see you after that. Now that we're finished, all that's left to do is to add your keychain. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.